Okay, I'm going to quickly run through the GIS instructions. So in the shared folder that you shared with students, they should navigate to the UWIN3 map so you can see all their maps in one spot. So they will create a new map. And on here, they will rename the map by clicking on it, or in the three dots, rename map, to the sites that they were given. So maybe sites 4 through 7, and then their name and their partner's name. Then it'll have them explore some of the things on the map. So the search bar, some of these features that they can use here, the zoom in and out button down here, and then the map information box, which has the name of the map, some features here. Then it will list their layers, and then also base map, and I'll have them toggle between satellite view and map view. Then I'll have them create their own layers. There's one here already, so we can rename it. We'll name the first one sites. Add another layer. And you can also rename it this way. This one will be distance to water. Add another layer. This will be park area. And one more. Call distance to nearest habitat. And then it will start at the top, pinning the sites. So it'll show students that to make their layer active, you need to click within it, and this blue bar on the side will show that that layer is the layer that's active and that you're adding to it. And here it says put the GPS locations for your first site. So they can go to their site information sheet and then just kind of grab their GPS coordinates and copy them, Control-C or right-click copy, go back to their map and just paste it into the search bar. This will give a pin at that location. Then you can click on here, and I'm active in my sites layer. I can add to map, and you can see it added that pin to my sites layer. And then I can rename it by going to edit. I'll name it the site and the name. Okay, now they have them check out the information box here. So there's GPS locations, the style you could change, editing and deleting basically. Then it has you move to the distance to water, making that active. And here we'll want to zoom in. So in map view, there is usually a water layer in blue where you can find the nearest water that Google has. And here the camera is really close. So we'll zoom way in, and you could toggle from map to satellite view if you want to. And in here there's some tips, and one of the tips is before you draw a line, you can check distances with this ruler. So we can do that. So my cursor became a little plus, and I can click it near my pin, and then I can kind of tell the distance. And it looks like somewhere right in here, around 7 feet or so. Is about where I need to be. So then I'll click on the add a line. Again, I have a little plus for my cursor, and I'll hit down the pin to the water. You have to click twice on the end to solidify your line. So then we can rename this. Save. And now I have a line. I could change the style if I want, but I can also, I see the distance of that line. Now, the data collection sheet asks for them to convert it to meters. So they'll have to go to an online converter, which I find just feet to meter, and it'll give you a converter here. And here we had 7 feet. So this meter is what they'll record for on their data collection sheet for that. Okay, so back to the map. Then we'll go to a park area. And in here they have them zoom out to get the whole park into view. Kind of center it. Another tip that's added in here, if layers tend to get cluttered and you can't see through them, you can always turn them off and turn them back on if you want to. Okay, so park area, we'll activate it with the blue bar. And here we'll toggle between satellite and map to kind of get an idea if there's any big structures that we want to exclude that are within the green. Like buildings or parking lots or big bodies of water or something like that. Here it looks pretty good either way if you do map or satellite view. So in here I have, again, my park area is lit. I'm going to go to draw a line, add a shape or line, and then just kind of start in one spot and draw. See, actually this I think was still habitat, so I think I'm going to go back to this and start over. So just kind of draw a line around the habitat. Oops. Try not to double click on your same deal. Okay, so drawing your line around the habitat using roads, like house line here, any big structures you want to exclude, go around big bodies of water. Okay, and then when you want to finish up your polygon, you click on the first one. And now I have a polygon instead of a line. And I can rename it. And now this will show the perimeter length and then also the area in acres. So I also want to convert this to square kilometers. So again, you could just search acre to square kilometer. And I can put in my 29.5. And then that's what they'll record on their data collection sheet. Okay, next one, distance to nearest habitat. So this will try and go edge to edge to the nearest habitat. And here I think I'm going to turn off my park area so I can see better. We'll zoom out a little and kind of toggle. So on here, kind of looks like the nearest little green patch is up here. But we have this gulch, and I want to check in satellite to see if that looks like it could be good potential habitat. So I'm going to zoom in. It looks like there's a little park right here too, a little sports park. But it kind of appears like this gulch continues on to the next park, and so over here. And I think I would call that habitat, potential habitat. So here is really just the road is disconnecting this potential habitat. So here I'll make sure that this is active. I'm going to make a line, and I'll just go from here to here. Double click, rename, and now I can convert that to meters. The last thing that we'll have them do in Google Maps is to kind of count the number of habitats within a 1 kilometer buffer from the camera. So kind of zoom out a little. We'll center our park, and then what we can do is use the measurement tool. So we'll use the measurement tool, click near here, and this is in miles. So it's 0.62 miles. So about there. And then they'll try and kind of draw a radius around the site. And you could toggle between map and satellite to kind of get an idea. So there's one there, and we called that a habitat, so that would be there. So I think satellite view. So let's start at the very top, get about 0.62, and then kind of go around. That looks like it could be 1. There's a little open space, so I call that 2. Is that park? 3. The gulch 4. And maybe that right there, a little tiny patch. 5. And that's what I call that, 5. So that's what they will record on their data collection sheet. The last thing that they'll do is go to this light pollution. And when they go to the website, this is what it'll look like. Just get out of here. And then go to the 2017 layer. They'll have them search for Denver. Kind of take a look at these pixels here, and then they can see the legend for this. So the pixels are in colors, and they're associated with ranges of radiance levels. So it's kind of interesting. And then they can look for their site. So they can go back here, they can copy this. Oops, go to this one. Paste it in here, select that guy, and now our pin has turned into this location. So we can zoom way in and then click on here, close to the pin, and the radiance information will show up. And this is what they will write on their data collection sheet and then repeat for all 4 of their sites. And that's it, I think.